I don't dislike bad games. I dislike disappointing games. Let me give you an example. I love Far Cry 6, an objectively bad game. The game is buggy, the mission's repetitive, and the NPCs are so generic that if humans did write this, then maybe AI should take over. That was a joke, by the way. We need less AI in literally everything. But the core gameplay is fun, and the bugs make an otherwise average game hilarious. At all times, something insane is happening in this game, and it's not intentional on the game's part at all. The bugs make it so while you're having a super serious conversation with an enemy, in the background you notice a guy plastered on tequila run over 3 people with a tractor. That's awesome, but to be clear, not by design. That brings us to AC Valhalla. In the past, I've played AC Black Flag, which I really liked, Syndicate, which I just kind of bought for the setting, and an AC game on the PSP, which might have been a fever dream. I'm not sure if that one was real or not. Bloodlines. It was called Bloodlines. Okay, I'm not insane. Anyways, when Valhalla rolled around, I hadn't played Origins and Odyssey. All I had heard was the standard stuff. Ubisoft sucks, the new games are terrible, Pluto is not a planet, yada yada yada. But I thought, hey, I like RPGs. I'm already going in with low expectations. How bad can it be? So I load up the game, start playing it, and I like it. Okay, so the opening cutscene, I'll admit, is pretty generic. Your character, Eivor Wolf-Kissed, who is not a furry despite the confusing language, has both her, oh by the way, I played as female Eivor, both her parents killed by a generic evil guy, Kjotve. I know the scene is meant to be sad, but I just could not take it seriously. Oh no, the clearly evil guy went back on his word and killed you. Like, yeah, no shit he would do that. So, after the cutscene, Eivor is an adult and you're on your quest to kill Kjotve. I'm thinking, hey, it's not the most original idea, but what the hell. The graphics look good. Even Ubisoft's most hated critics, which might just be anyone with eyes these days, have to admit these games look fantastic. So I'm chilling with my tribe and I meet my brother Sigurd, whose dad adopted me, and his friend Basim, an actual assassin. Basim gives me a hidden blade and the oh so important advice that if I wear a hood, I'm harder to be seen. Truly, his wisdom is without equal. Also, I like that they fixed the issue of losing your finger when using the blade by turning it. I mean, did no one think of this for hundreds of years? I get the whole, yeah, it's supposed to be to show your devotion to the faith, yada yada yada. You got your tools, let's begin the hunt for Kjotve. Our group heads back to his fortress, and Eivor claims a home gang.
I call a home gang here against the Oathbreaker.
Which I'm guessing is Viking for 1v1, bro. Eivor with the 1-2 combo. Kjotve's on the rope, and what's this? Hytham with a surprise attack. Ooh, and I'm afraid Hytham's failed his QTE check. Judges? Looks like he's been relegated to pointless side character for the rest of the game. You hate to see it. After an epic fight, you kill Kjotve and avenge your family. Kjotve as a character didn't seem to have a lot going for him, apart from the generic evil guy, so I'm glad they got him out of the way quick. Alright game, I'm smelling what you're stepping in. Anyway, your brother finds out his dad has made a deal with King Harald to pledge his kingdom in exchange for peace. Sigurd, who realized he just suddenly lost his Nepo baby status, is not thrilled and decides to venture out. So you, his wife Randvi, his right-hand man, well, I guess you're his right-hand man, his left-hand man, Dag, and a group of ragtags head to England. After like 10 hours of gameplay, the title card appears, and then it's a cutscene of the future. Why is this still here? I haven't played Shadows, but God, please let there not be any more of this. Who was the genius at Ubisoft who thought, you know what this game about badass assassins in history needs? A section on how it feels to be working in an unpaid internship. After getting back to the main story as quickly as the game would let me, Eivor is in England, and I'm hooked. I was never a huge Viking fan, but the setting was fun. You get a base you have to upgrade, lands to conquer, and alliances to be made. The rating system in the game is pretty fun. The combat is, well, by definition, it could be considered combat, I guess. I like the realistic details the game shows, how much care and effort they clearly put in to recreating the 9th century British Isles. So anyway, here I am in Asgard riding a moose. Okay, so the whole Odin Asgard storyline was annoying and I hated playing that, but the main storyline was intriguing. See, now that our clan, the Raven clan, was in England, we were forming allies. Which pretty much meant Randvi would point on a map and be like, Eivor, shoot, go conquer it. Seriously, if Eivor wasn't there, this clan would be dead in like a week. As the furry formerly known as Eivor, you head out, meet new allies, and help them with their quests. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. There are some historical characters like Ivar the Boneless and King Alfred. Again, the side quests are nothing special, but they are decently engaging. But the real draw is the main plotline. Now, while you're off plundering and pillaging, at least as much as the game allows you to, Sigurd is scheming to bring the Raven clan into power. And this means getting involved with everyone's favorite enemy, the Templars. Or the Order of Ancients, I guess, is what they call them in the new gen games. Predictably, this goes poorly and Sigurd ends up getting captured. Eivor is rightfully annoyed, as she did warn Sigurd that this was a terrible idea, but regardless wants to bring him back to safety. But before we can do that, oh, what's that? Randvi has another ally you need to recruit. At this point, the constant raiding missions were starting to get annoying and repetitive. I think there was one twist I didn't see coming, but apart from that, everything is pretty generic. I swear, at the end of the game, there's this big climactic battle with characters you've been helping throughout the game, and I could name like 5 of them tops. For a game I've been playing continuously, by the way. I'm back in my base, and looks like Randvi has a questline. Wonder what it's about. Oh, I see where this is going. Normally, I try to play light side in games. I played RDR2 like 3 times and I haven't gotten the low honor ending. Even on playthroughs where I'm trying to get that one. But this is a Viking game. This feels different. So I end up hooking up with Randvi. Now, while you're out Vikinging about, Dag, remember this guy? Has been getting more and more jealous of you, especially since Sigurd's abduction. This finally comes to a boil when he challenges you to a duel in front of the whole clan. You fight, kick his ass, and kill him. But for some reason, your clan is like shocked and horrified by this. You all saw what happened, right? Why are you so surprised by the outcome? At this point, I was the most hooked in this game. Despite the repetitive nature of the main quest, the central conflict was excellent. I didn't really care all too much about the Templars, I mean the Order of Ancients, I guess, plans. The Odin storyline was...
Step aside, and I won't have to.
This is my blood!
What?
Yeah. But the conflict between you and Sigurd was really solid. Apart from Origins, this is now like the 3rd game in a row where one of the central conflicts is just you and your sibling arguing. But I think there was enough here to make it worthwhile. From Eivor's point of view, you've been risking your life, finding and recruiting allies, building up the settlement, resolving disputes, protecting the settlements from attack, trying not to break your back, all the while trying to rescue your brother, who you had told not to trust the Templars. But from Sigurd's point of view, he has been captured and tortured. His hand has been cut off, he's stuck in a prison, and from his perspective, his brother has killed his lieutenant, essentially usurped his role in the clan, and is banging his wife. I'm obviously on Eivor's side, but there's enough here for the two of them to have an epic clash. So, I head back to my settlement, and Randvi has another quest for me. Okay, no problem, just a quick detour. Wow, that took a while, but now that I'm back on the plan, to rescue Sigurd and... another quest. Okay, it's getting a little annoying, but I'm sure it'll be over soon. Another quest, and another, and another. Now, if you haven't played the game, you might be thinking, oh, it's just a few quests to pad out the story, right? Well, I did as minimal side quests as possible and tried to follow the main story, and it still took me 40 hours until the main plot kicked in. If I just stuck to the main story and a few side missions, I could have started and finished Ghost of Tsushima in the time it took me to return to Sigurd's plotline. And that would have been exactly as impactful. Because apart from a few lines here and there about rescuing Sigurd, none of the other quests have anything to do with the main storyline. At one point, I swear an entire new area just popped up on the map for no reason for me to clear. Does no one in this clan give a shit about Sigurd? Eventually, after 40 fucking hours of tedious side content disguised as main plot, the Sigurd storyline finally returned. Okay, this is it. This is what the whole game has been building up towards. The epic conclusion of your rivalry with your adopted brother. And it's done. Wait, what? Yeah, so remember all the stuff I was talking about earlier? Well, the game clearly doesn't. After a cutscene where you fight in Valhalla, everything is instantly resolved. Eivor becoming the head of the Raven clan?
Sit a moment and rest.
Oh, no biggie. Eivor killing Dag, Sigurd's lieutenant, water under the bridge. Eivor sleeping with and having a relationship with Randvi? Yeah, turns out Sigurd actually never liked her to begin with.
Do not be. We adore one another dearly, but our marriage was not built on love.
So, all is fair in love and war, I guess. What was the point? Why did I spend so much time caring about these characters and their stories if all the stakes that were built up weren't actually stakes? They weren't even imitation meat stakes, they were nothing. This is what I meant by disappointing. If the game was bad from the get-go, you could just turn your brain off and enjoy the setting and cosplay as a Viking. But no, it starts out strong, gives interesting characters to invest in, and then does absolutely nothing with them. The closest analogy I can think of is the 7 Deadly Sins anime for some reason. Great potential squandered over endless, tedious hours. But hey, at least in the next installment, they decided to go back to the tried and true, realistic, grounded Assassin's Creed. Anyway, here's Basim's teleportation ability.